बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम रब्बि श्रह ली सदरी व यस्सिर ली अमरी वहलुल उक़्दतम मिन लिसानी यफ़क़हू क़ौली रब्बि ज़िदनी इल्मा. Dear students, this is Dr. Muhammad Iqbal. With the lecture number 21. It is in Unit 5, Future Challenges in Vertically Moderated Standard Setting. This is the unit number 5 of your course outline, Standard Setting in Assessment. And this will be the last session for unit number 5, and I will cover alternate procedures and limitations, unit 4.5, subunit 4.5. Dear students, the learning outcomes of this session will be, after completion of this unit, you will be able to describe the facilitation of vertically moderated standard setting meetings. It means how the entity, how the institution making standard setting facilitate the meetings of during the standard setting methods. And last, describe alternate procedures and limitations. Describe alternate procedures and limitation. Dear students, first of all, I will discuss about the facilitation of the vertically moderated standard setting meeting. In the previous slides, I have discussed about the training of the participants for vertically moderated standard setting, and when the training is end. After training, the 4 groups adjourn to separate rooms, and each with a trained bookmark facilitator. Actually, this is also the part of training. This meeting is also a part of training, and how they finalize, how the 4 groups finalize each with a trained bookmark facilitator. Observers and members states also rotated from room to room, monitor the progress of standard setting, and field any policy question that might arise. It means the monitors and evaluators are also work with each group to keep the process on track. So impact of data were presented between round 1 and round 2. Dear students, actually this is a finalization of training and process of standard setting method. The 4 facilitators and the observers review and discuss the bookmark placements, resulting cut scores, and the impact data. These between round discussion were made easier by the fact that each so it means at the last there is a discussion were made to finalize the bookmark placements, resulting cut scores, and impact data. Dear students, this process has been given in detail in this facilitation chart of vertically moderated standard setting meeting. This is the detail of the process of the training. Participant ID number. Participant ID number 1. Training. I have completed the training and understand what I need to do to complete round 1. Actually, this is an evaluation form which each participant of standard setting has to fill in at the end of the training sessions and meeting. So training, I have completed the training and I understand what I need to do complete round 1. Circle 1, yes or no. In round 1, I have discussed the results of round 1, including my ratings, the rating of others, and the impact data, and I understand what I need to do to complete the round 2. Circle 1, yes or no. And number 3, round 2. I have completed my ratings and I believe that the ratings I provided fairly represent the performance of students entering the beginner, immediate, advanced and fully English proficient performance levels. These are performance level labels. Circle 1, yes or no. So this was the evaluation of the training which has been conducted by the institution from the participants who take part in the process of standard setting. Dear students, now what is facilitation the vertically moderated standard setting meeting? In this process, panel actually examined 3 different tests in each round, and each round lasted a full day. It means each round is completed in 1 full day. Thus, there was ample time at the end of each day to analyze the data, discuss the results, note any developing cross-grade discrepancy, and discuss strategies for bringing those discrepancies to light in the panels and dealing with them. So this was the actually summary of the facilitation of meeting during vertically moderated standard setting. Because the tests had been created on a common score scale, the focus was on the scale value of each cut score rather than the percentages of rather than the percentages of students at each grade cluster scoring at or above cut score. Thus, for example, if the level 3 cut scores for listening were 1.7 for grades 6 to 8 and 1.5 for grade 9 to 12, the facilitator would be able to focus attention on this discrepancy during the round 2. With both panels, which means they have an opportunity to discuss this discrepancy, and after discussion they will be able to make some common or agreed upon listening cut score, agreed upon cut score. Meeting. Facilitating the vertically moderated setting meeting. After participants discussed the results of round 1 and received impact data as well as information about their own distributions of bookmarks and resulting cut scores, they completed the second section on the evaluation of questionnaire, which was discussed earlier in the earlier slide, or in figure 4.14.2, and began round 2. Round 2 proceeded in which the same manner as round 1. At the end of the second round, participants turned in their bookmarks, respond to the final question on the evaluation questionnaire, and were dismissed. And it means that this meeting they adjourn or now, dear students, now come towards the articulation. After this, dear students, after this, a 10 members articulation committee is met for finalizing the reading cross grade cut scores presented to articulation committee. The detail of these cut scores for all grades has been given in this table. Grade 3 to 5, grade 6 to 8 and grade 9 to 12. Level 5, cut 44, at the above percentage at the above 23 6, theta cut score 2.00 and cut. Next grade 6 to 8, it is 45, 11 at the above 11.9 and theta cut 2.49, or and grade for grade 9 to 12 cut score is 51, or at percentage above as 24.5 and theta cut at the rate of cut score 2.19. So for grade 4 it is given 38, cut point 38, percentage at or above 44.4 and theta cut at the rate of cut score 1.00. For grade 6 to 8, cut score is 38 and percentage at or above is 37.3 and theta cuts at the rate of cut score is 1.35, and in grade 4, grade 9 to 12, the cut point is 44, or at percentage at or above is 42.1, and theta at the rate of cut score is 1.58. For grade 3, in level 3 for grade 3.5, cut score is 33, and percentage at or above is equal to 557.5, and theta at the rate of cut score is 0.45. And for grade 6 to 8, the cut score at level 3 is 32, and at percentage at or above is equal to 56.9, and theta at the rate of cut score is equal to 0.66. And for grade 9 to 12, the level 3 the cut score is 36, and percentage at or above is 58%, and theta at the rate of cut is equal to 0.68. And for grade 2, for level 2, grades 3.5, cut score is 26, and percentage at or above is equal to 80.77, and theta at the rate of cut score is equal to minus 0.24. And for grade at level 2, for grade 6 to 8, cut point is 20, and percentage at or above is 86.4, and theta at the rate of cut square is equal to minus 0.57. And for grade 9 to 12, cut score at level 2, cut score is 27, and a percentage above or at or above 74.4, and theta is equal to 0.17. And so on at level 1 for all grades 3 to 5, level 1, percentage 0 at or above is 100%, grade 6 to 8 is 100%, and 9 to 12 is equal. So this was the detailed description of the cut scores and percentages from level 1 to 5, which I discussed in the previous slide. Facilitating the vertically moderated standard setting meeting. Orientation presentation for this meeting as well as the training materials for vertically moderated standard setting procedures are available at www.sagepublication.com. The lead facilitator presented the 12 cut scores for each set of tests, 4 cut score multiplied by 3 performance levels. The both tabular and graphic forms as shown in table 4.4 in previous slide and figure 4.3. The task of the articulation committee was then to examine these cut scores, determine if they were reasonable, and if necessary, modify one or more of them to make them more reasonable. The remainder of this discussion focuses on specifically on the 3 reading tests, which were the first to be considered by the articulation committee. So these are presented in bar graph for theta chart and levels 2, 3, 4, 5. For 3 reading tests presenting in this bar graph. At level 2, sorry, it is maximum at 0 level, and at level 3 it is theta chart is maximum at 1, and level 4 it is 1.5, and in level 5 it is 2 to 2.5. So this was the detail given in this bar graph. Because the stages of the development of vertically moderated standard settings, limitations and alternative procedures for vertically moderated standard set are somewhat difficult to pinpoint. Although the vertically moderated standard set procedures are increasingly being used to date, there have been few thoroughly documented applications of vertically moderated standard setting. In addition, each application has been slightly different from the others, perhaps attributed to the many. So this is the detail of difference of these in the shape of a chart is given. Diverse contexts in which the procedure has been applied. We have suggested a common core of elements in vertically moderated standard setting. These include a grounding in historical data. Number 2, establishment of performance models. Number 3, consideration of historical data. Number 4, cross-level examination of test content and examinee performance. Number 5, polling of participants, and number 6, follow-up review and adjustment. However, we must also note that no fixed set of steps has emerged in the application of vertically moderated standard setting so far. Thus, nearly every aspect of any application might be thought of as an alternative procedure. Dear students, I have discussed in this slide the alternative procedures and limitations, which I am going to repeat. Diverse context in which the procedure alternative procedures and limitations. Diverse contexts in which the procedure has been applied. We have suggested a common core of elements to vertically moderated standard setting, which means the experts are participants of exam vertically moderated standard settings. These includes number 1, grounding in historical data. It means we should discover its background in historical data. And number 2, establishment of performance models. Number 3, consideration of historical data. Number 4, cross-level examination of test content and examinee performance. Number 5, polling of participants, and number 6, follow-up review and adjustment. However, we must also note that no fixed set of steps has emerged in applications of vertically moderated standard setting so far. Thus, nearly every aspect of any application might be thought of as an alternative procedure. Second, any application of vertically moderated standard setting is hampered if it is not supported by a theoretically or empirically sound model of achievement growth. Without a rational basis for a model of student performance, the enterprise reduces to guesswork, and the best one can hope for is that the cut scores at least follow some kind of curve that does not double back on itself. And third, even when the work of an articulation committee is grounded in original performance standards set by grade and subject level committees that were obtained via an accepted content reference procedure or similar procedure, the difficulty in the maintaining a content anchoring is obvious. So we are encouraged that in the forms of vertically moderated standard setting, necessity has again given birth to appropriate psychometric procedures, and the measurement specialists will refine these procedures and continue to develop others that help answer important educational and policy questions. Dear students, this was all about your session. I have discussed about in this session the facilitation of vertically moderated standard setting, alternate procedures and limitations of vertically moderated standard setting, and so on. I will see you in the next session of standard setting. Thank you for your attention. Allah Hafiz.